Hello friends, welcome to Third Stall Garage. My name's Doug. This is
Dale.
This is episode.
I don't have my name tag on.
Oh no!
That's coming.
It's coming.
It's
Hi
coming.
Ben.
Hello.
Say hi to Third Stall.
Hello, Third Stall.
We are. This is episode 41,
41.
and we are. Oh my gosh! It's Grand Central Station. Here's my brother Ron with his '79 triple black. What is it?
Epilogue Beetle.
Epilogue Beetle.
It's a Beetle with an engine.
I know. Dale,
inside it. And it runs.
Some people have cars that they can drive, Dale. Wouldn't it be nice if yours looked like that instead of that?
Hi, Ron.
Hi, Ron.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Remember when you helped tear apart my car?
Uh-huh.
And then now you haven't helped put it back together.
Ron helped tear it apart, and then he drove off into the sunset in his own Beetle. All right, episode 41. We are still working on the front bumper.
Where are you going?
And you can see we got a fender on, the hood is down, things are starting to look good. So we are feeling better about the way things are shaping up. And tonight, Lord willing, we're gonna make them permanent. So stick around, let's see how it goes.
Let's get going.
All right, quick summary as to where we were from last week. We are going to, here's the plan. We're going to level this plate left to right, front to back. I should say port to starboard and aft to forward. What is it?
A bow.
Bow to whatever.
Stern.
Don't be stern with me. I think that's our plan, and I think we'll be content with the way the bumper sits. They are centered left to right in these slots fairly well. This one shifted just a touch, sorry. And then I think we'll be happy with the location of it. We did test fit a fender, as you can see, just because we didn't know how much of a gap there was here. We didn't want to put it on and later find out it rubbed on the fender. Tonight our goal is to get these bumper mounts to the point where they sit nice and flush like that on the inner fender well, and then we will take them back out, weld this spacer on, and we'll reassemble everything, mark the bumper mount, drill holes in the fender to plug weld it all together, and then hopefully we'll be able to plug weld these on, and the bumper will be ready to be mounted. So hoping for good progress tonight. Cross our fingers. Let's get to it.
You may want to trim this video a little bit. Sounds like frying bacon.
This one spot.
Making your stack of dimes. Good work. Better watch it. Somebody might mistake you for a welder.
Welder. That'll never happen. Someone might mistake you for a grinder. Here's our finished product. You can see about how much thicker it is. You can tell it's modified, but overall, put that in the car, kind of go that way. That will look pretty good. Weld it on, paint it the same color as the body, nice and strong.
And put a spare tire in front of it.
Put a spare Nobody will ever see it except for you for watching. So thank you for watching. We appreciate it. we've got it reassembled, and we're closer. We're not quite where we want to be yet. The passenger side is, wow, there's a nice echo in the hood here. The passenger side fits really nicely. It fits this contour well, and it just seems to sit where it wants to sit. If you remember back from quite a few episodes ago, we replaced this whole corner in the front part of the panel, or this front part of the clip. But we did not have to replace this angle. So the point at which this plane, that angle turns and becomes this plane, is still kind of in a factory location. On the driver's side, we had a lot more rust issues, and so we had to replace this whole piece here. We fabricated that out of some scrap, and our theory is that where, you know, this angle is, where this plane switches to this plane, is off maybe 3/8 of an inch or so, and it bends a little too early. Hopefully that makes sense. But if the bend is right there, it was supposed to be right there. So when we put the bumper mount on it, it pushes it out too far. So we don't have enough clearance. You can see that this bracket is starting to poke its head through the grommet a little bit already. And the bumper is farther forward on the driver's side, and on the passenger side, it's farther in. Our options are to leave it the way it is, slot these brackets a lot, which we don't really like. Or we're gonna try to actually massage this steel here, hammer and dolly it, hammer it, to try to reform it a touch to get, you know, this bumper mount back in. So, I don't know. What do you think, Dale?
I think we get the Persuader.
Time for the Persuader. This one is being held in place. If I take this clamp loose, sorry, the bracket turned my phone off. You can see how this doesn't line up quite right when it's in its relaxed position. It was held in place there by the large C-clamp. So we're gonna work on that a little bit and see how close we can get it. All right, sorry, one more explanation here. So we like the way this side sits. We marked it here. You can see the blue line. There's a trace on the side. It's 130 millimeters from the bumper to the apron. On this side, we marked it. You can see the blue line. It's 130 millimeters from the bumper to the apron. We have the bolt in the center of the slot, both of them. On this side, we have the bolts, where's my finger, in the center of the slots. It's the same distance. And you can see how that bumper mount does not fit snug to the fender well. You can also see down here, we've got a gap between these two pieces.
Spare tire tray.
Yeah, and it would be good for this whole thing to come over. So we are gonna work from this side, try to massage this, motivate this with a hammer to fit this bumper bracket, bumper mount. This takes some willingness to pound and motivate things. We'll see how it goes. Okay, you ready? Mm-hmm. All right, we are tracing the mounts with a Sharpie because we have them, I think, where we want. So we pounded on, shaped this enough here to get that bumper mount to fit really nicely. It only fits really nicely with a clamp on, but everything springs a little bit without it, which I'm okay with. That also tightened up our gap down here, which will make those plug welds easier. So we are tracing the shape of the bumper mount. Then we're gonna take it apart again and drill holes in the side right here. And then we will plug weld through the side into the bumper mount, the bracket mount. Be nice if there were easier names for this stuff that I could remember. You're doing a good job, Dale. Keep it up.
Back at you, Doug.
All right, the holes are in. We are gonna weld from the outside. We have weld through primer on the inside and on the brackets. So it is time to reassemble one more time. Make sure everything's exactly the way we want it, and then we'll weld her.
Okay. We're in a great spot. It's
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
It's been a little while that we've been off camera.
Yeah. So I don't even know how long, but it definitely feels like the rear bumper 2.0.
In case you're wondering, it's still the same night, but this is like an hour-ish later.
Yeah. But we drilled the holes. I don't even remember what we
Yeah,
last
we
said.
showed them
So we got the holes. And then the weld through primer, of course, now we lost all our Sharpie marks of where things were. So that was a little bit frustrating. Getting everything locked into place, as soon as you're clamping one thing, you're starting to bend and twist another. So it's a lot of like loosen the clamp a little and somebody pushing and clamping and now how are we? And so we did that many, many times. Probably the most exciting one, we've got ourselves, so you talk, because I don't know what you're filming.
You're doing great.
You're not filming me anymore.
We want to see the car, not you.
Okay.
So you can see the holes that we drilled, and you can see the gray of the weld through primer. There's a little bit of sunshine shining through there. So our holes are just a touch low, but there's enough to plug weld on both sides. So the key though is, how did we do on level, Dale?
As far as across the front of the car, we've got a really nice level. That bubble's great, which is, super visible. And then what we've spent a lot of time fussing with is just getting these front to back. And this, the original car, the front clip was put on, it was pointed toward the ground. So obviously it's not right in the middle.
But so the bumper is just a touch high. And fortunately, it's the exact same on the other side. So they're parallel. Now, the brackets, if you look at that bolt right there, the bumper bracket where it bolts into the bumper mount, which we're about to weld to the car, those could be loosened, and this could be adjusted slightly based on the little bit of slop in the bolt. So, if we feel like this isn't level enough for us, we could adjust that in the future. But we're getting close to the end of our third stall Tuesday nights. I'm too nervous to leave this for a week. Somebody's gonna walk by and lean on it or sit on it. So we would love to leave on a high point, and I think we are gonna plug weld this puppy in before we go home, which is monumental. All right, friends, it's a wrap on our third stall night. We are only about 15 minutes over what we'd hoped for, but look at the jack that's holding it. Oh no, there's no jack. Look at that. It is mounted on its own. The plug welds are done. We'll need to clean them up. You can hardly even see them from the inside. Oh, hit my head. Bumper is level left to right. Plug welds over here, good and strong. And we got a bumper that's on, and we are really happy with that. If you can remember where we were, 5 easy steps to our goal for 6 easy steps. 6 easy
We're on
steps.
step one.
We're on step 1. So to finish step 1, this was a major hurdle. Next week, we're tackling the overrider bars, which are those guys, which when we're not going to look until next week how close they are. Take that back out of there.
They're horrible.
Probably. Overrider bars. And then next step is the apron has to go in and get attached to the sides and the bottom of the wheel well. And we have the gasket channel around there. So good progress tonight, folks. Thanks for following along. Good progress there, guys. Thanks for following along. It is Tuesday night, November 4th. It is election night. It's going to probably be a week or so until you see this video. Lord willing, our country is in good shape and we're working towards unity and peace. So do what you can to help with that. Thanks for being part of Third Stall Garage. Have a great evening. Good night.